everyone, welcome back to Obsessive Prepper-AZ. Today I want to talk about a previous video that I did. It was actually a playlist on 10 bucks a week. Now I did this video May of 2019 is when I started this series. And the reason why I'm bringing it up today is because I've gotten so many people that have made comments on previous videos that say that they don't have the money to build their food preps up, that only people with money can become preppers. And I want to say, get that out of your mind, because what you've got to look at is a well-prepared pantry and how to go about roundabout way of doing it, because anybody that looks as prepping is going out and buying 100 pounds of rice and stocking it away in a 5-gallon bucket, think that's the proper way of prepping. You're completely wrong. I do not believe in starting those kind of preps until you have built your pantry up. And so going back to my series on 10 bucks a week, it is 10 videos where each week I start with $10 a week, and I show you why I'm picking the certain items that I'm picking so that you can get a better idea of how to build your pantry up. Because a well-stocked pantry will make you happier in the long run in an SHTF situation. Things are going on in our world today across seas where people are being locked up, and they've been locked up for a month, and a lot of them are starving because they never had a well-stocked pantry. And one of the reasons why I say a well-stocked pantry is if you're going to store foods, you need to store foods that your family will eat. And I don't care if it's organic, non-organic. You know, so many people are pushing different diets, keto, diabetic, whatever it is, whatever works for you, that is what you need to stock up into your pantry. Now, unfortunately, food preps for those kind of, diets are a little bit more money. It's not going to be $10 a week, but you've also got to think that if you're going to build preps up for a long-term food storage, you're going to be grateful for any kind of food that you have, be it a can of peaches that is no sugar, no syrup, or packed with sugar. You're just going to be grateful for that. So you've got to find what is right for your family. Things that I'm giving you on this video is just ideas to build different meals and why I chose this route. And again, it's 10 bucks a week, and on a lot of people, I don't have the money. And so unfortunately, on those kind of diets, we've all been there, that we have to do what we can do. And if it's a jar of peanut butter and a white loaf of bread, then that's what you've got to do. So I want to do this video. I've got a list here. I am going to go revisit exactly my footsteps that I did 3 years ago on 10 bucks a week. And my curiosity for doing this is, can I do it for $10 a week? The items that I purchased on my list here, most of them came from Winco, and the total was, give or take, I think $9.68 before tax. There probably isn't tax because it's food, but I'm going to go ahead and take you with me to Winco, and we're going to revisit those prices, because 3 years later, I know prices have gone up. And if you wait much longer, prices are going to keep going up because of inflation and shortages of food, which we all know we've experienced the last 2 years. So come along with me. And again, I highly suggest, if you're going to leave the video now, to go check out my 10 bucks a week food prep challenge, because I give you a lot of tips on how to build your pantry up, your prepper's pantry up. So come on, let's go to Winco. Well, back from Winco, we've got everything set up here. Keep watching, because I always try to show you an extra tip. So if you've seen my videos on 10 bucks a week, I've got something else back here that I wanted to show you, a tip for food preps. I'm going to go ahead and get into my comparison of my 10 bucks a week items. I was actually shocked. This 10 bucks a week did not go up significantly. We know that meat prices, beef, chicken, bacon, hot dogs, sausage is all through the roof. We know oil products, flour, eggs, milk. There's a shortage on formula for babies. cat food there's a shortage on. So, you know, when we're building up our 10 bucks a week, I was happy to see my first week was really close in comparison. A little bit more, but not huge. So to get started was our, let's see, I've got my cheat sheet here, is our mashed potatoes. Now on our mashed potatoes, it was $2.68 3 years ago. It's $3.11 now. The price has gone up, and I believe I'll have it here. I think 3 years ago it was a little bigger of a package. Not sure, but we'll have it in comparison. Now the next thing that was surprising to me was my gravy mixes. I used to pick these up for 30 cents. Now I've got them for 48 cents. So 2 for $1. Could be the flour in there. I'm not sure why the cost has gone up. That's an 18-cent increase. So, but 48 cents, almost $1 for 2 of them. Now, the next thing was the tuna that I've got. The tuna cans used to be 68 cents. They're now 78 cents. Same size, so I like that. Another tip is if you're wanting to stock certain things up, think about getting tuna with oil. The oils you can make a candle out of. In one of my prepping videos, I show you on the 10 bucks a week how to make a candle out of it. Also, it gives you a lot of great oils for gravies, things like that, that you don't have to add to. So I always suggest maybe getting some tuna packed in oil. Also, the nutrients that you get from the oils would be great for you. Our next item was chicken breast. I have to say, I was completely surprised. Still the exact same price, $1.88, and the same size. Now, as a prepper, one of my tips I've always trying to tell people is that if you don't like products like this, you're worried about preservatives, get into canning. I've got several videos on how to can chicken. If you've never used a pressure canner before, give you good details. They're longer videos, but they're precise on giving information on how to can your tuna. And I also wanted to show you, when you can chicken. When you can your chicken, this is what it looks like. It kind of looks weird looking through a jar, but it's the same if you could see through a can. I also wanted to show you, I've got chicken here that I canned May of 2017, and this one here I just did last month of 22. And in comparison, they're exactly the same, and this is still great. What I love about canning your own meat is you know what you put inside your jars. There's no preservatives, and it's what you want inside your jars. So just to give you an idea of another method for prepping. Our mixed vegetables, 78 cents. They are now, let's see, 62 cents. So they actually went down. Now in my 10 bucks a week prepping challenge, I showed you where I got a deal on these, and they were like 40 something cents a can. If you watch, you can definitely get them cheaper. I'm not sure about now, but when you want to find cheaper canned foods, normally around Thanksgiving, Halloween, Thanksgiving, you'll see cheaper prices on your canned vegetables deals. The next one was evaporated milk, and this did go up. It was 70 cents when I purchased it 3 years ago, 94 cents now. That doesn't surprise me because milk prices across the board. I went to Sam's Club. Their butter, 4 pounds of butter, was $13.80, 90 cents. I was like floored. So every time I see a butter on sale for $1.97 anymore, I grab it. Because we know milk products have just gotten crazy. My rice, 5-pound bags, used to be $2.42 3 years ago. It is $2.58. So that is not a huge increase. Happy with it. Again, carbs, you got to think about what's going to store. You can store rice for 25 years, and all you out there keto diets or whatever, if you're prepping, you need to prep some rice because it will last a long time. And in an SHTF situation, you're not going to care that you're going to eat carbs, rice as carbs. So getting into it, 3 years ago, our bill was $9.68. Now, 3 years later, it is $10.87. Difference of $1.19. So about 10% more than what we paid 3 years ago. So this first week of building our food preps up is pretty close. So I don't want to hear people say that you can't afford to build your food preps up, because I do simple ways of building your pantry up to build. I'm sorry, but I watch the things that are going on in China right now, and people in their apartments, they can't get food, they can't get vegetables, they are starving, they're not allowed to leave. So if they had a prepper's pantry, a decent stock pantry to start with, they wouldn't be starving and they wouldn't be miserable. So I don't want to hear people say that you can't do it. On 10 bucks, now we're looking at $10.87. It's affordable to build your preps up, to do something for your family. Again, watch my series on building 10 bucks a week up. Now, my second tip I want to get into is we as preppers are storing a lot of food, and I want to show you different ways to stretch your meals, and that's by storing cheese powders, things like that. And I'll get into why the cheese powders, but I want to show you first the difference in comparisons. So about 14 years, I purchased a ton of number 10 cans of cheese. They're give or take 52 ounces. That's a powdered cheese. This is a shredded cheese from Augustin. These are still good. The dates on them till 2026. This is 2030 that I have in my preps. But if you don't have the money to do this and buy number 10 cans, I know a lot of these companies are out. Go to a bulk food store that you can get bulk items. Winco is one of my favorite places to go, and I will get cheese powder from them. I show you here the Winco's Augustin Farm cheese is $24.98 for a 52 ounce. 52 ounces, $25. I know a lot of people don't have the money to do that. And if you do get these and you open it up, think about breaking them down into smaller mason jars so that you can suck the oxygen out and keep it sealed versus opening up the whole number 10 can and using that. It'll stay much longer if you do it in smaller containers. Now what I do in their bulk food section, this is a little over a pound of Winco's cheese, just like what is in this can here. I paid $7.63. Now I will leave up here what it was. I think it was like $6 and change for a pound. I went over, but what I will do is I will put them in mason jars like I just mentioned. Now this is one I did 11 of 2021, and this is one that I did of February 22. And I have others in my pantry that I'm using, and I will go to the oldest and use it and rotate it. We've got cheese in our jars. You go to Winco, you pick up smaller amounts, and you can do this to add to things. So as preppers, I got these at Winco. I wanted to show you to give you ideas. Hamburger helper, mac and cheese. Everybody wanting to feed their kids. You've got evaporated milk from our 10 bucks a week food prep challenge. You can make these items. Mashed potatoes. You've got scallop potatoes. So if you've got these cheeses, you can add to stretch these meals. So let's say you've got macaroni cheese and you've got a ton of noodles stored for your preps in your prepper pantry. You can pour some extra out of the jar, add it to your boiling water of your Kraft macaroni and cheese, and then add some of your cheese powder to it. Scrambled eggs with the cheese powder. All we're doing is adding water to it. We mix it up and it will mix into any of your products. So if you're storing a lot of pasta, these cheese mixes are great. This cheese powder will work for you, and it's just another idea of not purchasing such large containers. Now I've got a breakdown here. That 52 ounce was $24.98. That's a lot of money, and I know a lot of people can't afford it, and that's why I push doing smaller amounts. If you were buying in the Winco big barrels, the equivalent would be $21.37. 41 cents by the pound, or 48 cents. 41 cents by the ounce and 48 cents from the Augustin's company. So it's cheaper to still buy it in the bulk container, the quantity that you can afford to put away. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it refreshes you. Definitely go check out that playlist because it gives you information on storing food and the different foods to store, and gives you ideas so you're not put in a position like what is going on in China. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, and if you want to be notified for future videos, ring the bell. Have a blessed day.